Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Angela. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Before I get started, I want to go over my disclaimers. If you are in immediate danger, please call 911, or you can reach out to the domestic hotline at 800-799-SAFE, 800-799-7233. And for mental health resources, reach out to NAMI at 800-950-NAMI. 800-950-6264, and you can also text at 741741. And for additional resources, reach out to the National Suicide Hotline at 988. You can either text or call that number. With that being said, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Happy Friday. We made it through the week, and as promised, I came on here and made sure I had something to say every 5 days. So I just want to close the segment with, what's affecting your growth? How do you heal? So people and irritation of the people, that can also affect your growth in leaving a relationship. Some days you just may feel like, I'm done with this person. I never want to have another relationship again. I don't want to deal with people. I just want to be left alone, and I want to be by myself. And because of this change, and because of the experience that I had with losing my sister, I felt the same way. I just felt like I wanted to lay in bed, and I was irritated by people. I didn't want to deal with people. And going back to work, the first day back to work, which wasn't surprising, which wasn't my worst day. Friday was. This person in the office, I deal with clients, so she came in, and we were going over something, and all of a sudden she started to get really red in the face. And she wasn't grabbing at her heart, but she was looking like she was sick. I didn't know what was going on. And so I said, it's just me and her, and we're in a conference room. And I'm talking to her, and I said to her, I said, are you okay? And she's like barely moving her head. And then I said, do you need me to call 911? And when I said that, she turned her head and she threw up. And right immediately after she threw up, I didn't know, so I got up and I went out to go get help, and I brought the stuff to clean up with, and she was sitting there. She was so embarrassed, and she felt so bad, and she was just saying she didn't know what came over her, and she's not sick, she doesn't have anything. And I was just like, at that moment, there was like a calmness that came over me. I didn't freak out. I didn't make her feel bad. We got things together, and I asked if she needed water, and she was like, no. And I said, well, do I need to call anyone? And she said, no, I just need a moment. And I gave her a moment to get herself together. She kept apologizing, and of course she was embarrassed, but I didn't become irritated with her. In her time of need, I was there for her, even though I felt like I had nothing to give. But this is how spirit works. When you're at your lowest and you feel like you have nothing to give to someone, spirit always shows you the opposite. So after we got things together and she was on her way out, she told my manager, the manager, he said, is there anything we can do for you? Do you need us to make a call, or whatever the case may be? And she said, no. She said, I'm just so embarrassed. And then, we were both saying, don't worry about it. She said, but Angela made me feel so much better. She said she made it all better for me. So at that moment, not seeing it, or not understanding how I impacted her life just at that moment. Of course, she got sick. She said I made it all better for her. So everybody came around and they were saying, I'm so amazed you were just so calm, and I would have been freaking out, running all over the place, but you were so calm in the way you handled that. So, I've worked in a jail. I worked as a detention officer, so I've seen some things. And working in these places, you have to remain calm. You have to know how to deal with people. So I've done that, and I know how to deal with people. I have 3 kids, so I've dealt with vomit. I didn't have to touch anything. She didn't get any on me, so she cleaned up her stuff, and we just closed the conference room until we could have it properly sanitized. But in her weakest moment, I didn't make her feel like she was disgusting. And that's what matters the most, when you know how to deal with a person. Even though you may be irritated, you may be going through, don't lose that composure. Don't allow the devil to come in and make you treat someone a certain way, and that's what I was able to do on Monday, even through all the stuff that I was going through. And of course, on Friday, I mentioned this, I was irritated by the people who were calling and it just seems like they were making a big deal out of nothing. And so I had to still regain my composure and know how to speak to these people. So I said all that to say this. When you're in a relationship and you have gotten away from this relationship and you feel like everything is out to get you and things are coming your way, don't lose your composure. Understand how to deal with it. Don't let it get you to a place to where you can't come back from it or show your ass to someone. Don't let someone put you in a headspace to where you become vibrating low, because that's what the devil wants for you. When you have left a relationship as dealing with a narcissist, you're very vulnerable, and so you don't want to invite these different energies into you, because you're going to see it, even driving in traffic. You're going to have somebody that cuts you off intentionally, gets in front of you, slows down. I mean, does all kinds of things. And the devil is so simple and so stupid. He has only foolish things to keep you occupied, to keep you in a low vibrational state. So don't ever get into a point where you feel so irritated with people to where you become less of a servant to someone that may be in need. And see, because that's my true calling. I've been here. I've been placed here to help people. And so if I continue to let every little thing agitate me or get me off my path, then I'm no help to no one. The biggest thing that could have kept me off my path of helping people was the loss of my sister. If I sat in my misery and my discomfort of losing my sister, I could have just felt like, well, what's the use? People are going to do what they do anyway. They're such an irritant and I don't have time. And that's what the devil is looking for you to lose your faith in humanity and your faith in the gift that God has given you. So everyone has a gift. And it's not sitting around wondering why this person didn't love you enough, or why you left a relationship, why the person treated you like that. That's not your worry. So don't allow the irritation of people to stunt your growth or mess with your healing. Don't let it affect you. Continue to do the healing, because you've gotten out of this relationship and there's so much life to live. There's so much things to look forward to. There's so many new relationships to build. There's so many things that you can share with someone. See, you didn't go down this path because it was an accident. God allowed you to go down this path. Maybe you stayed too long by your own free will. Maybe you decided you could fix it by your own free will. But God put you through this path so you can see something. Now, what I want you to do is sit back and I want you to review your relationship. And I want you to see what you were supposed to learn in this relationship, what you may have missed. Because now you've went through the change, which was the death of a relationship, the ending. You went through the depression. You've sat in that, and you went through the guilt and the anger, and you went through the discard of people, not wanting to deal with people, the irritant. So I want you to sit back and I want you to look at what you learn from this person, because in every aspect of your life there's a teachable moment and you're learning something if you're willing to learn. On the death of my sister, I've learned that I still had weeds in my garden that I needed to get rid of, narcissistic people that still needed to be away from me. I learned that I can't control a situation for the best. I can't change things and make it. And I've been learning that. And there was something else that I still needed to learn. So I'm thankful for everything that I've been through. I'm thankful for all the heartaches and pains, because without it, I can't grow. And so I don't want you to let anything that comes your way after a narcissistic relationship affect your growth. I want you to continue to hold your head up and continue to learn from it and to continue to heal. So with that being said, thank you for sticking out, hanging out with me for this week. And I will be back next week with new information. And I just want to say again, I'm so thankful for this community and thankful for the people that's still hanging out and listening to my stories and being there for me. See, God has a new way of reconstructing family. And maybe I may not ever meet you all in person, but I consider you my new family. I consider you people that I can go to in time of need, and I know you're going to have something good to say. It's just, to me, when someone tells me how they feel or what I've done and what it means to them for me to keep coming on here, that's so much healing to me. That's so much needed. It's more than, it's worth more to me than money. So I appreciate all your kind words and everything that you've done, all your prayers, because I know you've been praying for me. I can feel it, because if not, I wouldn't have been able to get out of bed and share what's going on with me. So continue to pray, and I will continue to pray for you all. And I just want to say this. When I couldn't pray, all I could do was say, God help me. You know, when I lost my sister and I didn't have words, the only thing I could do was say, God help me. And I just want for you all that are still in a narcissistic relationship, when you don't know the words to say and you don't know how to say it, just simply ask for God's help, you know, and guidance, and trust and believe He will. And it's going to take a little time, but He will come there and help you. And when it's needed to be immediately, He will tell you exactly what you need to do. You just need to have your ears open to hear. So like I always say, thank you. If you know someone that's going through this, share this video. If you're going through it, watch it as many times as you need to. And I will see you again next week. Enjoy your weekend.